Hey everybody, it's Jeff Riley here with the Carolina Results team of Keller Williams. This is part 2 of my 3-part series real quick on a market update. As I mentioned in the first video, we had an opportunity to recently attend something called Chart Masters and learn all the starts about what's going on with the market right now versus this time last year, which is great. So all this data is about first quarter. And the second thing I want to talk about is the where you originally priced the home and making sure you price it right, because this is really good stuff. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing in the Columbia, South Carolina area, you definitely need to talk to Jeff and Susan at the Carolina Results team, because we know the data and we can help you make informed decisions. So interestingly enough, I already mentioned once on the first video that 2,627 closings actually happened first quarter of this year, which is good. That was slightly up, which is great. And that was 97.3% sales price to the original list price. And that was an average of 51 days on market. This is where it gets really interesting though, because if you break it down, of that total number of that sold, 1,404 closings, which is about 53%, got 100% of their sales price over list price and only took 13 days to sell. What does that mean? How do you interpret that? That means they were priced right. Two things: they looked good and they were priced right, and that's why they sold so quickly. So this is not a market. 5 years ago, we were in a post-COVID world and you could overprice things a little bit and get away with it because things were still selling. We're not in that post-COVID world of 2.5%, 3% interest rates. Right now, you've got to have it looking good, priced right in order to make that happen. Otherwise, you fall on the other side of this. 1,223 closings happened, which is 46%. Were overpriced, and they only got 93.3% of their asking price. And this is the horrible thing: it took 110 days for basically half of those to sell because they overpriced them in the beginning. They didn't price them according to the conditions. So the lesson you should learn from that is price your house right. Listen to your agent. It's not about what you think you want for it or what you believe it, whatever your neighbor said and stuff like that. Listen to your agent, call an expert, and figure out really what is my price to sell. Because there is a hard line cost. Time is money. And the longer that sits on the market, it's going to cost you carrying costs and money. And buyers are going to look at that and they're going to offer you less. So make sure you price your houses right, because there's a huge difference. 110 days versus 13 days on market between pricing it right and not pricing it right. So if you're thinking about buying, selling in the Columbia market, give us a call. Again, Jeff and Susan Riley, the Carolina Results team, Columbia, South Carolina. Stay tuned for part 3 where I wrap it all together.